Welcome back to Love and Junk. I'm Laura.
I'm John.
And today we have a Q&A.
What?
You have the Q's, we have the A's.
Laura's hilarious.
If you are new here, hello and welcome. Normally, we try food. Sometimes we do other stuff, like today.
Yeah.
So many of you had questions for us, either in individual videos, over time you've asked us questions, we've had emails with questions. We just decided it was time. We have a lot of new subscribers, so we've answered some of these before, so if you've been around a while, you may know some of the answers to this, and I feel like some of these things we haven't been asked before. So we're going to cover it all, and at the end of this video, if you still have questions, leave them down in the comments, and we will try to answer those for you, either in the comments or in an upcoming video.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
I think you can answer all of these, but
I hope so.
I'm really confident about the first one.
All right.
Where do we live?
We live in Davenport, Iowa, which is one of the Quad Cities.
Right. So we're right on the Iowa-Illinois border, which is in the Midwest. If this is the United States and this is Florida down here, we're about right here.
Yeah. In the middle.
In the middle, yes. In the middle, north and south, and slightly to the east of the east and west.
And Iowa's in the Midwest. Illinois is in the Midwest. We are predominantly a farming state. So agricultural, a lot of corn, a lot of soybeans, cattle, pigs.
Where we live, the Quad Cities, there's 2 cities on the Iowa side that make up the Quad Cities and 2 cities on the Illinois side.
Yeah.
And the population, depending on what source you look at, is between about 400,000 and 500,000 for all of those cities, combined with Davenport being the largest, which is the city that we live in.
Yeah.
We are about 2.5 hours away from Chicago. So it's a good thing and a bad thing, right? We love to go to Chicago. I almost moved to Chicago. I love me some Chicago. But we do see a trickle-down effect of some of the crime.
Yeah.
From Chicago, let's say.
We're not far enough away, so we still get we get some of the crime from there. So.
Yeah. Yep. So that's where we live. Next, if we were to move, what state would we move to? Now, we've never really, we've talked about it a little bit.
A little bit.
But I don't know that we have, here's what. We should probably say this again. So I'm sorry if you've heard this story before. We recently moved. We've been in our house for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And that move was a disaster.
It was horrendous.
We moved in the middle of winter. We moved into
news.
A teeny tiny little rental, which was perfect and cute, and it was fine for what it was.
At first.
But then it flooded, and all of our prized possessions, which when I say prized possessions, I mean things from our parents that have passed away, got flooded. It was an absolute nightmare. Because this house was so tiny, we put everything in the basement, and then the basement flooded after we had just moved. And since we moved in the winter, we moved from about 2 hours away. And every weekend we were trying to go back, and then every weekend there would be an ice storm or a whiteout blizzard
horrible
or
snowstorms.
Something.
It was horribly bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first time the first day that we were moving in, we were supposed to have the garage as well, and then they just let us know right beforehand that the garage wasn't available, and so, it was, the bottom line is, it was a horrible move.
Right. And so we haven't talked a whole lot about moving again, which is why we're now starting to do all of these renovations and redecorating, because we just wanted to get in and get settled and have peace. And then we got married too in that 2-year period, so that took the focus last year. So if we were to ever move, well, you say what you think.
I would move to Colorado. That's where we got married. I love Colorado. It's so beautiful with the mountains. It's an amazing state.
Our first vacation we ever took, just the 2 of us, was Colorado,
Yeah.
which we had an amazing time, and we saw mountains and wildlife.
We
And
went to Rocky Mountain National Park. We had
Yeah.
a tiny little cabin.
it was so much fun.
was great.
And then we loved it so much. We've been back a couple of times, and that is where we got married. John could probably convince me to move to Colorado without much convincing. I don't really love the altitude there because of my asthma, but
Yeah.
I know that you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, it was horrible when we went there to go get married. I mean, like, we were like out of breath. It was like physically taxing on us. And we did a boost oxygen review, and that thing worked and it helped. But by the time we were getting close to being done, it wasn't as bad.
But also we stayed really up high. Not all of Colorado is at 10,000 feet.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I could also probably be persuaded to move further south. Yeah,
these winters are just horrible.
I used to think that I would never move away from here, but the older we get, the more I think, I could probably move south and not have to deal with it. It's beautiful. I love the snow when we don't have to go out in it.
Right.
But so I don't know if it would be Florida. I like Florida, for vacationing.
Mm-hmm. I've gone there when I was a kid, like Florida every year for spring break, and so I like Florida, but I don't know about living there.
And I have a sister that used to live in Florida, and so I spent many a summer in Florida as well, and I really like it. I don't know if I kind of want to keep that vacation, so I don't know where it would be.
Yeah, we could summer in Colorado and then just travel the rest of the time to the south in the during the winter. So there we go. We got it all figured out.
Yeah. We don't have any plans on moving anytime soon.
No.
That's the short answer.
Yeah.
I guess we can jump into our family structure a little bit. We have 6 kids between us. We have hers, adopted. We have kind of a mix, which is how we ended up with 3 almost 30-year-olds. Can you believe that?
I can't.
They're all spread out between 19 and almost 30, and there's 6 of them. We have 1 girl and 5 boys.
Yeah.
And they're mostly here or close-ish.
Yeah.
So
I've got 2 kids that are in the Marine Corps, a couple in the Des Moines, Iowa area.
But here's the thing. One of them that's in the Marine Corps is in, Nebraska. So he's not that far away. So this is kind of a good general location. And we are between the phase of kids and grandkids if the kids choose that they want to have kids. And so it would be hard to be away when that kind of thing happens. So we don't have any plans to move anytime soon. We do have plans to travel a whole heck of a lot. So
when we can.
That's right. So there's that. What football team do we support? And by football, they said American football.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yes.
100%. Always has been, always will be.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting on my grandpa's lap watching Joe Montana when he played for Notre Dame, and we had to follow him to San Francisco. And it's been I've never lived in California, but I've always it's an attachment to my grandpa. My dad did watch football, but he was a college football fan. In fact, that was the first question he asked John, was if he was an Iowa Hawkeye fan.
Yeah.
But so I get that from my grandpa. So 49ers.
Yep. I grew up in the Detroit area, so I kind of like the Detroit Lions, but my favorite team is Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. I would have to say, though, we don't watch a whole lot of football anymore. I feel like we used to be into it a lot more than we are now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why for one thing, we stream everything. Mm-hmm. And so that makes watching football sometimes a little bit of a challenge. But we both enjoy it when we can watch it.
And a lot of times, like, we do have antenna TV here as well, but a lot of times they don't play our teams. So,
Yeah. We're close to Chicago, so we see
a lot
Bears,
of Bears.
We see Packers from Wisconsin, a lot of that here.
Yeah.
So, what is our favorite vacation we've ever been on?
My favorite vacation was our wedding moon.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
That was no vacation.
It was a lot of driving. It was.
It was a lot of, I was very anxious during that whole trip, I would say. Almost during most of that trip. Because, do you want to tell?
No, you go ahead.
Leading up, I've told this story before, leading up to us
Oh.
going on to go get married, we had a Derico come through our state.
Yeah, it was like a straight line storm that just came through.
Our billboards and corn and all kinds of stuff was demolished, and we didn't have any damage to our house, thank God, but we did go without power for a week.
Yeah.
And if you've ever experienced a power outage before, I'm sure most people are like we are. Oh, the power's out today. It'll be off for a couple of hours. It'll be on tomorrow. Nope, it's not on today. It's got to come back by tomorrow. And on for an entire week. We had no refrigerator. We had no way to charge our phones. We had no way to watch TV. We had no way to cook. We had to get out a little grill or go get food.
Yeah,
it was
broke out with the camping stuff to cook, but yeah, we didn't really have any lights in here. We had some candles and stuff, and bought a couple lights, but yeah.
John's dad though hooked us up for Christmas and got us a generator. So knock on wood.
Yay.
Hopefully we never lose power again, but if it happens, at least we don't feel so.
Yeah. It was horrible because we had to throw away the whole refrigerator worth of food.
That was awful.
It was horrible.
Also, getting ready to go on vacation.
Our wedding, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted clean clothes, and we couldn't. I understand we could have went to a laundromat, but instead we kept saying it's got to be on tomorrow. It's got to be on tomorrow, and we'll do laundry last minute, and that never happened.
No.
So, and packing at night was difficult because we didn't have lights and.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, back to the question about our favorite vacation. That's my favorite vacation. We've been to several different other places. I mean, we didn't really have a vacation, but we went down to Kansas City to see Fleetwood Mac, and that was an amazing concert.
Favorite concerts is coming up is one of the questions.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll skip that. But we went to Boston so we could go to Salem for Halloween, and that was amazing.
I think that's my favorite vacation.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was like our first trip to Colorado was great. Our wedding trip to Colorado was great. I mean,
mine are a tie between the wedding, of course, was my favorite memory with you. But when you're talking about vacation, where we stayed and the whole, time, our first trip to Colorado, because it was just completely relaxed and sightseeing. We had no agenda. With the wedding, it's like we got to make our cake and we have to make sure we can get our license. And we went to get married without knowing where we were getting married.
Yeah, so we had to find our location.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I was really stressed. But so the first time we went to Colorado was just chill, and I loved it. And then when we went to Boston, John surprised me. On my bucket list was to be in Salem for Halloween, and John surprised me with that trip, and that was so much fun. We had a great time in Boston. We need to go back.
We had a lobster roll there. Mm-hmm. It was the first time Laura had clam chowder.
Yeah, I saved it for Boston because I wanted to have it, actual clam chowder.
It was great. We had a lot of good food, a lot of good fun.
We went out for dim sum.
Oh, yeah.
And that was amazing. That was really fun.
Our Chicago trip was amazing, too. I mean, it's only, a couple hours away, but we stayed there. We had dim sum.
We went to a baseball game.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To top of that list, I would also say when we went to New Orleans, which I loved and hate. So that's one of my favorite concerts, which we'll talk about in a minute. And there was amazing food, and there were parts of that trip that were amazing. But
how can we pick one single vacation? Because we also went to Winnipeg, Canada for Elton John concert, and that was a lot of fun.
That trip was kind of fun. The concert was
Concert was great.
amazing. We weren't there long enough. I kept feeling like,
Yeah.
I want to stay. But we didn't see this yet, or we didn't do that yet. So
Yeah, but we went to thrift stores there. It was so fun. We got some stuff. It was great.
yeah. So those are some of our favorite vacations.
Yeah.
What do we do to make money? Well, hopefully, YouTube.
Yeah.
We do make money on YouTube. We don't make a lot of money on YouTube. So when you do send us packages and things like that to open, it really helps because until recently, it's been all out of pocket.
Yeah. I work. So I'm an attorney. I'm a prosecutor. I prosecute felony crimes here in our county.
Which is why we had the reaction about the crime from Chicago because, I was born and raised here and the crime was not like this when I was younger. I felt very confident, comfortable, whatever, to go spend an entire day at our mall when I was like 12. And I would never do that as an adult right now.
No. Nope. Anyways.
So that's what he does. It's important. It's stressful. It's, he mostly works from home still.
But we do some reselling stuff too. So we go thrifting, and we get stuff that we can list online.
We redo furniture. That's one of the things that we do for reselling. And we did have a little Etsy shop open. And I don't know if that's currently open right now, but that's going to be revamped. And so look for that soon with some Love and Junk
Merch.
Shirts and things that we say and whatever. So look for that soon on Etsy.
Yeah.
What are some of our hobbies?
Well, our hobbies are basically our work. YouTube, started out as a hobby and we're hoping that it gets into more, but we paint.
Yeah.
We redo furniture.
We play games. That's probably our favorite, most frequently. We play board games, we play video games almost every day.
Yeah, we're constantly doing all kinds of different stuff. We love to cook, we love to garden, we love to paint, like I said, play games, video games and board games. And
we are those people too that say, hey, there's this new trend on YouTube that people are doing this. We could do that. Let's try it, like acrylic pouring. And, I don't know. We're just not afraid. We like to do DIYs and home projects and things like that. That's fun for us.
And I like to do some woodworking and stuff like that. But the way our garage has been since we've moved, I haven't been able to do that. So we're straightening that stuff out. So hopefully we'll get some of that going here soon.
I would say our favorite is games. Games, cooking, music. Those are... live music, when we can catch live music, whether it's a little neighborhood band or a big, huge concert, we love it all. I love, going to a piano bar. We love all that kind of thing. And so during this time, we've been watching live music on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We like fun. That. We'll just make some snacks or have snacks from that you guys have sent us, and we'll just sit and watch a concert. That's fun. So
absolutely.
I think that's all of our hobbies.
So.
In a nutshell. All right, we've been joined by the baby of the family. Some of you wanted to know about pets, if we're animal lovers, if we have pets. We have 2 cats. You usually will only see this one because the other one went crazy. When we lived at our old place, she was an indoor-outdoor cat, and so she loved that. As long as she could go into, she tells you when to go outside, she'd be outside all day. She'd come back in at night. Since we moved from a smaller community to a bigger community, we don't really feel comfortable with that. And we live really close to our neighbors. So we don't let her go in and out. And she does not like that.
No.
She's very unhappy.
She just meows a lot. And so that gets...
She's getting
a little annoying.
She's getting older too, and she's getting really quirky and funny and skittish and all of that.
Yeah.
Her name is Kitty, and she's an orange and white cat.
And this is Rookie. He's my little buddy.
Yeah, Rookie he is living his best life with John working from home. He follows John everywhere. He's a little baby.
Yep.
So we have the 2 cats, and we would love to get a dog, and I'm sure if you keep watching that will happen at some point here in the near future.
Heck yeah.
We both would really like to have a dog. Right before John and I got together, literally right before, within months, I had a 2-year-old golden retriever that I had, 2 years old, had to have her put down. She had issues with her kidneys and then when I moved in with John, we had a dog, and it was, I don't know, maybe 2 years after we were together or so that he had to be put to sleep.
Yeah, and he was a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Big old dog.
Yeah, so that's 2 dogs being put down within a couple of years of each other. So I don't know about you. I had to have a break. And then we were moving, and then there was the wedding, and we thought let's just not try to train a puppy.
Yeah,
in with all of that.
We feel like we're just, I mean, we've been here almost 2 years, and we feel like we're just getting settled into this house. So,
right.
I think maybe this year will be the year.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping. I'm not opposed to it. It has to feel right. The situation has to present itself. And also, dogs can be expensive, and we like to travel too. So just has to be a right combination of things. But we definitely both are dog people as well.
Oh yeah.
So I can see that happening. I can see that happening soon. And then we talked a little bit about our family. But we should also mention my mom and dad are both gone. John's mom is gone. We still have John's dad. So if he's watching, hello, he watches our videos.
Yeah, he lives down the road from us. So.
Mm-hmm. And John has 1 brother. Mm-hmm. And I have 1 brother and 3 sisters. Mm-hmm. That's our family
dynamic.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, we don't see anybody. We haven't seen really anybody. We've seen my 2 boys live here, and we've seen them a couple of times, socially distanced, masked, whatever. We've seen John's dad a couple of times to deliver food or whatever. I'm hoping that all of that changes. I do have a nephew that I'm very close to, and his little kids that we love very much. And we're hoping we can spend some more time with them, because we just had one little sleepover with them when we, moved into this house, and we haven't really seen them since. So
and then the world fell apart. So
yeah. So that's our family.
Question.
How long have we been together, and when or how did we meet?
Well, it was we went to high school together.
We went to junior high together.
Yeah, junior high and high school. Yeah, junior high. I grew up in the Detroit area and had moved in our 7th grade. And went to school, and that's where I met Laura.
We should probably say, too, we are married. Well, I mean, we've talked about the wedding several times, so I think they get that by now. But some people have asked, which is so funny. I feel like it's obvious, but, maybe it's not. Sometimes we say when we were kids, and maybe that makes people think we were kids together, which we were, but just not in the same house.
Yeah. But we found each other again in 2015 at the reunion.
Mm-hmm. Of which neither one of us really wanted to go. I mean, I wanted to go and I didn't want to go. And do you remember the moment?
Which moment?
When we first saw each other?
Oh, yeah. It was great. I remember it was like there were 2 nights to the reunion, and the first night was like at a bar and stuff. And it just went there, and I was like, you know how you feel about things.
I know how I feel because I was there.
So I was set up, the party was out back and everything, so I went and grabbed a beer, had a beer, and then went out back.
Trying to get up the nerve to go in there?
Pretty much. And then I walk in the back, and Laura's sitting at a table with a bunch of other people, and she just popped up out of her seat and was like, oh my God! And came running over, and I was like, there's Laura.
Yeah, that was fun. Then that night, John was stuck to me like glue. I was trying to talk to other people. He was following me around. The thing is, the thing that was so funny is, I knew that I wanted to see him. There were certain people like, oh, I wonder whatever happened to so-and-so or whatever. I did want to see him. I was sitting at a group of people that I would say were more acquaintances than friends. Yeah. And John was the first person that I was like, there's a friend. And I just like, please save me. Like, make me feel, nothing had happened. There was nothing wrong with these people. It's just, I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so
Same here.
there was that instant, like, we're in this together, and then we had some drinks, we danced, and
and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to so and so, and I'm like, yeah, not without me or not. Don't leave me standing here alone like a chump.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we went, and I wasn't even gonna go the second night, but then I did.
And now we're married.
That's right. Okay. What kind of music are we into?
I'll let Laura field this question.
We both have to say. Queen. Always has been, always will be my absolute favorite band. Freddie Mercury is like, I could just watch him and watch him and watch him, and we do for hours. I love him, and I love Queen as a band, and I love Freddie as an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
You can. We'll need to go back and forth a little bit.
I love Coldplay, and I didn't at first. In fact, when we first got together, I was like, Coldplay.
Coldplay had just been on the Super Bowl.
Turned up my nose.
Whatever year that was, and I was so into it. In their bright colored outfits, and Chris was just dancing all over the place and running all. I was so into it, and John was like, "Rrr."
I liked the songs that they were playing because they were popular on the radio, and so I was familiar with them. I thought in that Super Bowl I didn't like the audio very well. I didn't think that it sounded very well for one, but since then we've listened to a lot of Coldplay. I love their lyrics. I love their songs. I mean, their songs have meaning and everything. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I think one of the things that I've introduced John to a little bit is appreciation of music instead of just listening to it and enjoying it. So we watch carpool karaoke where you get to know the artist a little bit more. And once you have a connection with the artist, their music sounds completely different. So if you don't watch carpool karaoke, you can go onto YouTube and watch them. There's a whole big playlist, and we sit and watch those.
Adele was good.
Yeah.
There, Gaga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of other people, Ed Sheeran, Adele, Lady Gaga. We have not seen any of them. Would love to see all of them. We were gonna go see Lady Gaga. We had wanted to last year.
Yeah, and I think Justin Timberlake was playing too.
Yeah.
And then couldn't go to that.
Yeah. We have seen Maroon 5 at an outdoor venue.
Like we already mentioned, Fleetwood Mac was amazing.
Let's get to that. Fleetwood Mac. I have to tell you, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. I don't know. If you were to say, what's the best concert I've ever seen? Queen was mind-blowing for me.
That was amazing.
But Fleetwood Mac was a little bit of a different thing. We were so close to we were to Queen too, but we were so close to Fleetwood Mac, and I feel like that's the first time I've been front row at the kind of festival where there's a mosh pit and stuff and you're close to the artist, but you're more interacting with the other people. I felt like we were interacting with Fleetwood Mac, and I loved Stevie Nicks as a kid. You could hear, I've said this before, you could hear her tambourine before she even got near the mic. We were so close.
We were seventh row, and they were right there. It was like sitting watching TV in your living room because it was just right there. Yeah. And I mean, they were amazing, absolutely amazing. I went into it thinking, it's an older band and everything, and I love their songs. I grew up with their music. It was probably one of the first records that I ever played as a kid. And my mom had the Rumors album. Yeah. And I mean, I just remember as a kid, that was one of the first records that I actually pulled out and would put on the record player myself and put it on. That kind of dates me a little bit, but they were amazing. And Mick Fleetwood.
The rest of the band took a break, and he stayed out there.
He did it. He just sat there in his drum kit and it was amazing.
And every time I thought, well, he's got to take a break. This is going to be over. And they just kept going and going. It was such a long show, and it was emotional. Yeah. It was touching. It was amazing. I would go see them again in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Elton John. That show blew my mind too. And I will never forget this. We were fourth row.
Yeah, we were fourth row, but the first 3 rows didn't come out as far as where we were. So
Right.
we were kind of on the right
On
side.
the fringe a little
And
bit.
so there was nobody really in front of us, except for the people
Right.
next to us who wanted to step out and
Yeah.
stand in front
But
of
when
us.
I will never forget this. We go down to the floor, we have wristbands on or whatever.
Yeah.
And the lady looked at our thing and said something like, when Elton plays blah blah, you can go up to the stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me, what?
Yeah.
What? What did you say?
Yeah, she's like, when he plays this song, I can't remember what song it was, but she was like, yeah, he wants people to like basically rush the stage and go up to the front.
And I was like, done and done.
Yeah, and they were like, the first 4 rows, and we were like, are you kidding? So.
But the front row didn't move.
No.
So
the people that were next to us that were kind of annoying us by standing in the way, the guy was like, okay, are you ready for this? We're going to the front of the stage. And so we just followed them, and we ended up like right up against the stage, and there's Elton John and his piano like right in front of us.
it was so amazing. And his piano moved.
Yeah, he drove it around like a car. Or somebody did it for him. But,
That was amazing. So some of our favorite concerts are from artists. Part of it's, their music is so iconic, and part of it's because it reminds you of childhood. It's like, that is Elton John on stage, like close enough to touch me or spit on me if he wanted to. However, he, would want to greet me, and he could. And I mean, he was right there. We'll have to try to share pictures. They're on our Instagram if you go back.
And then the other thing was when we went to Queen, we were like 20th row, and I'm like, okay, well that's pretty much what we could find and what we could get and afford. And then come to find out, the stage came out, and we were right front row at the end of the stage. So all the awesome songs, they would come out to the end of the stage, and we were right there.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
So while I enjoyed the concert, I didn't feel like I was even in my body for any of it. Did you think? Like, Brian May was right there. Like,
he was playing Love of My Life, just like right there.
Yeah. And then there was Adam dancing around. I mean, he was right in front of us dancing around. We could see all the little details on his boots and everything.
Platform boots.
I mean, that was amazing. I love Adam, and I loved that concert. And I don't know. It was either Fleetwood Mac or Queen, but those are our favorite concerts. Back to favorite bands. We got engaged at Riot Fest, which is a festival in Chicago. That was another fun trip that we didn't mention.
Yeah. It's an alternative band
which is kind of my
festival.
I shouldn't say kind of, that is definitely my I said Queen always has been, always will be my favorite, but I love alternative too, and that's kind of the look I had, I would say, in school. So we got engaged listening to the Violent Femmes at Riot Fest, which is so like perfect. We also saw Blink-182 at that show, which I've been a Travis Barker fan for a really long time. He was amazing to see. Who else was there? Flaming Lips were there.
Yeah, Flaming Lips were
If
crazy.
you have never seen a Flaming Lips show, you should go look up what they do. They are built for music festivals.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I also love Macklemore. Love them. I love the Beastie Boys. I don't know. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
But what do we listen to on a daily basis around here? It's a lot of Coldplay, mostly.
Yeah. Like Muse, Mumford & Son, yep.
Yeah.
AJR, love that.
Yeah. Songs from our wedding were Yellow.
Yellow from Coldplay, yeah.
You're My Best Friend by Queen. And The Lady Gaga song,
Yeah.
I'll Always Remember Us
I'll
This
always
Way.
remember us this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Next question, please.
I should also say, we love instruments. So that's a horn in music.
Music.
I
love
love
horns.
that. I love piano. John plays the ukulele. But I'm saying, we're mentioning a few. We love a ton of different
Stuff.
Yeah. I'm always on YouTube saying, oh, did I ever show you this or that? And then we'll listen to it. That's kind of fun. The Clash. I can't. I could go on. I could literally go on forever.
Yeah.
How and why did we start YouTube? And what does Love and Junk mean?
'Tis a mystery. Nobody knows. No.
I know how. I don't know why, really.
Well, Love and Junk, let's start with that. We were kind of trying to think of a name for our channel. We originally, I think we thought that we were going to do some more resale stuff, and then we just kind of stuck with the food, which it also fits. So you've got the love between us, and then the junk, which is junk food, stuff that we find at thrift stores and
all the other
resale
junk,
and-
like our
yeah, all
the
the
love
other
is
junk in
what's
our
most
life.
important. All the rest of it's kind of the other junk in our life. But that doesn't mean we don't love that too. You know,
Yeah.
we love gardening, we love art, we love all that stuff. But it's our love and all the junk. But
And it's also our initials.
right. Yeah. People ask, did we do that on
Are
purpose?
you love?
Yeah, we did do that on purpose. So
Yeah.
anyway. And how did we start, or why did we start?
Why did we start? I don't know. We were watching some YouTubers, like I said, we were into reselling, and so we were watching like Rally Roots.
Well, there were
and-
several.
Yeah, several different ones. And then, we also watched In the Kitchen with Kate, and then they changed their name to This with Them.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just, we were impressed, and we wanted to kind of do the same thing.
Well, and I feel like we don't eat as much junk food in our life as we do for YouTube,
Right.
but we are those people that when we see something new, we want to try it.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be a natural thing, like, oh my gosh, there's a new whatever. We should make a video about that.
Mm-hmm. Because one year for New Year's, we were talking about what do we want to do? We just decided let's not do the same thing that we've done before. Let's try something new, and we love trying new stuff.
We try to be purposeful in life when we can. I don't like to waste money. I'm pretty good with money, but what I hate to waste even more than money or food, which I hate to waste food too, is time. We only get so much of it. So I want to do things that I love, and I want to share those things that I love, that we love, with you. And so I don't know. I feel like it was just like a kind of a natural thing, and it helps preparing for the future. I mean,
Right.
We're hoping that this can be an extra little, it is an extra little income, and we're hoping that that's going to grow. And, as we get older, and hopefully John will work less, or will work less,
Yeah.
that the income will be there to kind of supplement.
Absolutely. I love the type of work that I do, but it is so busy at this location. We kind of talked about some of the crime here. It's not living life basically, and I want to live life. So hopefully this expands, and we can make a living off of this.
Yeah. Yep. Dream vacations in particular. Do we ever plan on going to the UK? I see that
I'd
over
love
and
to.
over and over and over again.
Absolutely love to.
Dream vacations. Top of my list is Alaska for me. It's a state that I really want to see. And the United States is a big place. The East Coast is completely different than the West Coast, and the North is completely different than the South. And Alaska and Hawaii sit by themselves, and they're almost like, they're completely different, I think, than
Right.
the rest of the United States. I really want to see Alaska. My dad was stationed there, and so I have ties to it, but it's beautiful and naturey. And
Yeah, it's like all the stuff that we love about
About
Colorado,
Colorado.
except bigger and more.
Yeah, and less populated and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So that is top of my list.
Yeah.
As far as other countries go, the UK.
Definitely want to go to the UK. One of my dream trips would be one of the European river cruises. I would love to do that. I'm not really a cruise type person, like the typical go down to the Caribbean and go to all these islands and stuff like that. I don't think I could stand being on a boat like that.
Yeah.
But a river cruise, I would love it. You're always like seeing stuff new as you're going through, stopping in different cities, and you get to see so many different countries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be a dream for me. I would also obviously love to go to the UK. I think that would definitely be a trip that I would take before that river cruise.
In the very near future, as soon as things open up, I would say our next vacation outside of the United States will be Canada again.
Probably.
Because it's so close. I say so close. It's like 10 hours or something, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, Winnipeg was about 12 hours total, I think.
Okay. So we can get there fairly quickly, inexpensively, all of that. And we were just there for the concert. I think what did we say, 2 nights actually in Canada.
Yeah, it wasn't very long at all. I would definitely love to spend more time and see different places.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to Mexico, and I love Mexican food, and I really have this thing in me about wanting to have really authentic, and try all the little spots. I'd really love to do that. My mom's side of the family is from Ireland, and it looks so green and beautiful. I would love to see that. I mean, there's a lot of places in the world I would love to see.
Yeah. Let's get this world straightened out, and then we can hit the road.
Yeah. By the way, if you're ever in the United States and you're us, and you're one of our subscribers, let us know.
Yeah.
Next, we're almost done here. Yeah, future plans for our channel or for us. And this is the last question. So for us and for the channel, I would say for us, immediately, today, we're painting.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that's our next thing, is getting our house to feel like a home. Our stuff is here. We just need it to feel like us and feel like we're settled and we have roots and all of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's next for us. There's some appliances we need to get. There's some improvements we need to make. And so we want to get all of that in order. We do want to get a dog. I think we've got a new vehicle coming in the near future. So home improvements and that kind of thing. As far as other future plans,
like the channel, I mean, basically our plan is to grow and to continue changing to provide the content that you guys want to see.
Right. I feel like we're going to continue to do what we're doing, but more of it. So you know how sometimes you see a video every day and sometimes you see a bonus video. I think we're going to try to amp that up so that you always see more than one video. I think we can get to that pretty quickly. But if you didn't know this, we'll talk about it right now. This isn't our only channel. We have 2 others.
Yeah.
And so this is our main channel. This is what we focus on. We have a game channel. And on the game channel, trust me when I say we've not put very much work into these, and we don't have that many videos, but that's going to be video games, just sitting, hanging out, watching us play video games, and then board games, both reviewing board games and watching us play, and maybe showing you what we like or what we don't like about different board games.
Yeah.
And then do you want to tell them about the other channel?
We have a satisfying channel. We haven't put too much up there.
I think there's 4 or 5 videos.
Yeah, some time-lapse videos of stuff that people not necessarily. It's like ASMR for your eyes, basically. Right.
Visually pleasing, so it's candy sorting, things done in reverse.
Yeah. Puzzle sorting, making puzzles, and then destroying puzzles, but then posting it in reverse, so it's like you're spreading it out.
Right. John really, but I feel like John really loves that channel because he can be a little bit creative with the editing and stuff.
Yeah, it's artistic. And
but
stuff.
they're harder videos to film. You know, it's easier to sit down and eat a candy bar. But if you're curious, we have those 2 other channels. And I feel like we're going to grow on here a little bit and also start putting more effort into those other 2 channels.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
So that's all of your questions.
For now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything that you wanted to know. But if we missed anything, let us know down in the comments. Oh, I just thought of something. Somebody asked, what is our favorite kind of food?
I love Mexican food. Tacos, enchiladas, burritos, all of it.
I feel like Mexican, and I have different categories too of Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk me into Mexican food almost any day, and Taco Bell is different to me than authentic Mexican. And then we
Absolutely.
have Americanized Mexican food that's loaded with cheese, like cheese fries and enchiladas topped with cheese.
Yeah, we have a place like that, Rudy's Tacos.
Right.
And that place is good. It's a local place.
Right. I see them as 3 different kinds of Mexican food. So I could eat Taco Bell one day, an authentic Mexican another day, and then the American one another day. We really like Asian food a lot. Sushi. We both really enjoy sushi. We both love pizza. We both love burgers. I think I'm more of a burger girl than, John.
I'm a burger girl too. But
if we go to a restaurant though, if we go to a bar, which we never do, but if we go to a bar to eat, I'm almost always going to get a burger.
Mm-hmm.
John is going to almost always get chicken wings.
Because
we don't go to a bar very often, so if we do, that's most likely what he'll get.
I love that's thing. Mexican, Chinese food, and wings. Hot and spicy, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Gobble it all up.
So you're always going to see food on our channel. Oh, and the other thing we'd love to do is show you around where we live more. There's all kinds of cool little local spots. As soon as the world changes, we'll be going out into the world and showing you some of these different places. We live on the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to show you some more of that, those kind of things, but we're just being extra cautious right now. So, as soon as things change, we'll bring you along. We want to get out in the world.
Heck yeah.
So.
Plus, maybe things will be different once winter is gone and that snow is gone out of there too.
Well, and plus then we can be outside.
Yeah.
Even if there's still stuff going on, we can at least be outside and explore, go show the river and some different places. So be looking for all of that. As always, if you ever have questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comment section, suggestions for our channel, things you'd like to see us play. We're going to be doing some more challenges and some more cooking and some more things like that. So some things to look forward to coming soon to our channel will be more shorts. We're going to do some games with one another, like minute to win it kind of things.
Yeah.
And there's a challenge where you do the opposite hand challenge. So I have to write with my left hand, because I'm right-handed, or eat with the opposite hand. Somebody asked to see us do the Pringles challenge, some blindfolded taste test kind of things. So we're down to do all of that. We've done some of that stuff. If you're curious, we have a challenges playlist. Everything we've done though is pretty old and probably very extremely cringy. But check it out if you want to. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so. Make sure you hit the little bell so you can be notified when our new videos do go up. Now, if you like interrogations or finding out the answers to all the questions that you had.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully this kind of helped with the questions you had about us, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Or us, or the video. Give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel. That's all we have for today.
That's it, guys.
See you tomorrow. Back with more food, probably.
Bye.
Bye.